This is the Ethereum one-day reading for June 22nd, 2023. It's currently May 18th, 2023, 7:29 p.m. Eastern Time. Ethereum at the time of this reading is currently $1,805.42. That's USD. And the shuffle file for June 22nd was created on May 6th, 2023 at 11:18 p.m. Eastern Time. That's this video right here. The overall theme of behavior for the day, we have a significant move higher as indicated by the Sun card. When we look at the 1 month, we have the Aeon card depicting the 22nd, and the sequence of events lines up. We're right back on track with the days of the week lining up to the sequence of events. So a couple of, actually 3 moments where there's a big move out of lows or out of declines here. Behavior around the highest high for the day. There's a notable opportunity to cash in on a long position. Behavior around the lowest low. We have the establishment of support with sideways rotation followed by a prominent move higher. These moves to the out of the low are somehow made irrelevant. It would appear, and we'll have to look at that in more detail as we move forward. In any case, we have advisement to trade around a rally that meets a key resistance level followed by a decline from that key resistance with consecutively lower spikes up on the way down. And the volume overall should be a little difficult to determine, probably slightly bullish. All right, so in the first 2 hours, we have a prominent trough that forms and a notable decline, especially around... There's some whipsaw action here. So we have this decline. We go from a move in the last 2 hours of the 21st to the upside unexpectedly to a decline in the first 2 hours of trading here and in a prominent trough that'll stand out, followed by a correlation to a big move higher on a one-day chart. That big move higher takes us to a crest that we sell off from down to and through support. We do a U-shaped reversal below that support, come back and reuse it as support, and that selling off down to and through support and the U-shaped reversal take place somewhere between 2 and 4 a.m. Then there's a sideways S formation within a channel. Usually that means there's like a decline from a resistance all the way to a support. We reverse, go all the way back to that resistance, and then reverse and go all the way back to that support, making a sideways S within a channel. There's a high correlation here between 4 and 6, and again between 6 and 8, where we have multiple failed attempts to break through key resistance. And I would expect to see at least 1 or 2 times that we tap a key resistance level on a one-day chart at least. Between 4 and 8 a.m. And then we have an attempt to establish support between 8 and 10 a.m. A notable reversal in there, it looks like, too. Between 10 and 12, a decline that marks an opportunity to open up a long position. Out of that decline, there's a big move higher, and that takes us to resistance somewhere right around noontime. It's key resistance on a multi-day scale, or at least a one-day scale. And a lot of price change to and from that resistance level, allowing one to position themselves in both directions should they want to do that. Between 2 and 4 p.m., there's a fast sudden move higher, taking us to another high. And it looks from that high between 4 and 6, probably closer to 6 p.m. There's a decline, that sideways fluctuating decline that increases with momentum moving forward in time, taking us to a key resistance or key support level, between 8 and 10 a.m. At which point that support level can be relied upon, and we see another move to the upside to a high, to a peak or crest there towards the end of the day. A pretty big move, one of the biggest moves of the day, probably towards the last 2 hours of trading off of sideways rotation. And that's Ethereum for June 22nd, 2023. Look out for a near overbought crest or peak that we sell off from on the following day. Don't forget to follow that rule of karma, my friends. Super important. You do so here at the resources tab of our website, where we ask that you do the right thing and send 5% of the profits from the information on this channel back to the channel here at Cashapp, PayPal, Venmo, or Wise. Make sure you send 5% of the profits forward and be somebody's angel investor. Send 5% to one of these charities. That leaves you with 90%. Make sure you spend that money out of love. Follow those rules, my friends, and the universe is going to send it back to you tenfold through this channel, my friends. I'll see you on the next one.